Hi, this is Asad Shah from DigiMax, and today I'll be discussing about productivity. So, what is basically productivity? In simplest definition, productivity could be defined as the ratio between the output volume and the volume of the input. So what does this mean is basically we have to have a process that is efficient enough to give a maximum output or the output that we require from our given input. So when we have such a process that we get the required output from our given input, this will help us to basically have productivity in our process or in our system. Now, how to be more productive in our daily life, in our work, in our other routines? So I have come up, or basically I'm going to discuss about two basic principles that will help you to be more productive in your work, your life, or in any other process that you are doing. So the first law is basically the Parkinson Law, and the second is the Pareto Principle. Now, moving forward, we'll be discussing about this law first. So if you could create more time every day, what would you do with it? That's a question we hear all the time, and turns out the science of Parkinson's law backs it up. What does Parkinson's law says? What it says is that work will expand to fill the time you have available for its completion. So what does this mean is basically if you were given more than 24 hours in a day, you will use those days to complete the said task. So again, in other words, what you can say that basically with growing time, or we can grow a task, we can watch a task grow larger as it approaches its deadline. So we all experience such things. Essentially, you can use this law to your advantage to schedule the extra work if you need to get done something very quickly. Now, if someone is given a week to complete a task that he should really take 1 day to finish, necessarily stretching out the task so that it will take them the whole week to complete it. Now, what we can do is we can use this principle to basically contract the time so in a very realistic manner so that our work also contracts around it. Again, what does this mean is that if we give a task 1 day to complete, we will be able to take 1 day for the task to be completed. Now, so the next principle that we are going to discuss is the Pareto Principle. The Pareto Principle 80-20 rule states that for many events, roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. So what this rule states that to get 80% of the results, we just have to give 20% of the input. So basically this was a research conducted by the economist Wilfred Pareto, and the 80-20 split has been observed in business, economics and a variety of other fields. Using what we know about the principle, basically we can use and identify short-term ways to get better results or take advantage of the unforeseen opportunities. Reiterating the principle basically gives the idea that 80% output will come from 20% of our efforts. It's a measure of where we can devote our effort as to increase our productivity and performance. So we have to, in order to have this principle more effective, what we can do is in order for this principle again to be more effective, what we have to do is we have to identify basically identify ways and points or factors that we can utilize to get 80% of the results. Now this was basically all about it. Now if you want to be more efficient at tasks that don't require a lot of work, that's why it's important to understand both of these laws, the Parkinson's Law and the Pareto Principle. So these two laws will allow you to be more efficient and effective, completing all tasks on time and with ease, whether it's way to be more efficient at work or in life in general. So I hope this video has been helpful and you're going to use these two laws to be more productive in life or at work. Thank you.